Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's David Palmer, Leo King, and welcome to Deep Love Tarot, your weekly astrology forecast for love for the week of March 1st to the 7th of 2021 here on highvibe.tv. Make sure that you check out highvibe.tv. All the links are down below, and of course, our apps for all the daily, weekly, monthly. We do about 70 videos a week between me and all the other talent on highvibe.tv. Here at the highvibe.tv studios is where we're filming tonight, and on every Monday night, this show. And of course, all the other content is all on highvibe.tv. I also have this awesome paid video about 2021 and all my predictions, and of course, how to get through it. Of course, it is called Shattered Reality, and you can get it for sale forever now. I've got it for rent for under $5, and it's about $8 to have it forever. And then of course you can watch it on your Roku, Apple TV, your iOS or Android apps, or on any of our website portals, or you can Chromecast it, stuff like that. Super cool. Definitely check out our awesome technology to deliver you spirituality like nowhere else is going on. Well, Mr. Craig, it's good to be back. I was in a different world, and you were in a different world this weekend, and we're both back here for some love talk and to find where love is at for all these zodiac signs.
Where is love indeed? Yes, I was in the lovely hillside of Paso Robles, California. The sun was shining and the grass was quite green up there. It was nice to get away on all those rolling hills. You know, it's a big difference from down here in Southern California where we are. So it was nice, and you got to go out to the desert, and you got to go speed around a bit. So I think it was a good little reset for all, kind of taking the steps in the right direction to kind of rejuvenate. I think we all need to rejuvenate a bit after the wildness that we've been going through. So it's time to step up and step into that love, baby.
I agree. Yeah, it was nice. I definitely was. I made it to Slab City, man. I was in the city that
never sleeps.
Literally doesn't sleep, and it has no rules, and it has no laws, and it is anarchy there. It was very weird to drive through there in my Can-Am. Very different. There's a lot of documentaries actually about that place, and I had no idea I was even going there. Just like a bunch of the guys that were on the trip were just like, yeah, it's like 30 minutes away. I drove there, off-roaded there, and next thing I knew I was in Slab City, and some of the stories are like beyond, but we'll maybe save that for some full disclosure this week on a High Vibe.
Yeah.
Let's go into the readings. If you've never watched the show before, I'm going to talk about the astrology real quick for the collective. Then we're going to pull the cards and see what's going on for love for the collective. And then we're going to pull all the 12 zodiac at random in the High Vibe
I love gold
chalice. And that's how we do the show. So let's go right into it. Let's start with this collective. And then let's see where everything's going here for love, for all of us after that, and for all of us as in general, so we understand where that is at too. That love. That love. Interesting love times. Bam, there we go. All right. Well, this is Pisces time, as we all know, everybody. It's got Venus at its exaltation. It's a really good place for Venus. And there's a couple big transits this week. Number one, Mars is moving out of slow Taurus and coming into very fast and very quick Gemini. So just if you take that energy of relationships that we're doing on this show, move it with Mars. It's been rather slow, but it's going to go really fast here out of nowhere. And with Pisces being mutable, and with the South and the North node, of course, the South node being in Sag, and we're going to see the moon here this week square the sun. We're going to have the 3/4 square of the moon on the nodes while the sun is squaring the nodes. This is some really interesting destined points here for love, and things coming rapidly fast with all the mutable energy and change, endings, and a lot of things trying to kind of figure themselves out. Mercury and Jupiter are going to meet up this week. Mercury's been chasing Jupiter, so we've all been kind of chasing this big, where is this going, and connection, and a big picture here to try and understand that's been also lagging because Mercury did come direct over a week ago, and it's been chasing back to Jupiter to pass it one more time. And I would say that this is going to be that only time this year that we're going to see Mercury and Jupiter for this last time. So, this is the week to really get that big understanding, have the opportunity to find an understanding and connection. I don't want to say it this way, but if you're single out there, or if you're in a relationship you don't like, or if you have a relationship that needs some work and there's opportunities to fix it, this is where you just start like making the moves, because Mars moving into Gemini is with the North Node now. And this is Rahu Mars, and this is where we get strength. Last year was Mars and the South Node. I always say it's the loser's aisle. We all felt like we went through the world, and energy and love and all that stuff went through this like kind of loser vibe, okay? So, this is the opposite. This is the opposite. You want to be in the winner's circle for love, bro, or not? I'm not saying with me, but I'm just saying.
Fuck yes.
All right. Well, I would say that this is the week magical love quests can happen with all this Sag, all this Pisces, and with Mars and Gemini, and with Mars coming in the Pleiades, and you also have the North Node coming into the Pleiades. I would say, yeah. I mean, this, if you want to go into some light worker stuff, yeah, this is like where people that really see the light and see the truth and see what's really going on come together. And I'm going to be honest, like, the Republicans use rhinos out there as like a term, which is Republican in name only. I would say there are a bunch of linos out there, light workers in name only. Ooh. And if you're in a love relationship and you're with somebody who just don't get it, okay? I mean, we can do the whole compassion thing with Pisces all we want. And that's where Venus is exalted because of that. But because it is going to square the nodes of truth, there's a truth that's overpowering what to be compassionate for about love. I hate to say it, right? It's like, if the truth is, your partner's, like, okay, I'll say one little Slab City story from this weekend. They have it was very weird, like, there's like little camps. It's like 670 acres of just like anarchy. And like one of the camps took over and made like a bar at the skate park. And like there was like a person, like there's like kids walking around, like probably missing kids, like weird shit like that. And anyway, it was like crazy because like this person was like dying of like a heroin overdose and was like screaming on the ground like, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm gonna die. Now, if you're in a relationship with somebody like that and you're doing all this light worker shit and fucking the next thing you know, like you're just like with somebody who's just like fucking just don't get it and they're so lost and they're just screaming on the ground they're gonna die from fucking having a heroin overdose at the skate park bar in Slab City. I know that's a little extreme.
Probably not a good individual to be surrounding yourself with.
No. Not sexy at all. Like, I'm not to say that I wouldn't date somebody with face tats, but like, then you add that with the whole, like, there was a person who had water and mud. Water and mud. And that's what they were drinking. So, I'm using that analogy to show you if somebody just isn't getting it, or you're dating somebody who doesn't get it, no matter how much you're trying to create the magical quest that could possibly be, ain't gonna happen. Because if you're gonna believe without looking at the facts, it's not gonna go down well. And with Mars now in Gemini and Rahu, it's about fucking winning. So if you wanna win, get to the fucking good stuff quick. Very fast. Stop playing the long ball on situations that there is no ball, there is no bat. Oh, by the way, did you know how they elect the mayor in Slab City every year?
Please inform us.
You take anybody who enters in the circle, they take a baseball bat and they make a big circle. Whoever enters in there, whoever survives hitting each other with a baseball bat with helmets on becomes the mayor for a year.
I mean, what are the perks?
That you're the mayor, that you could basically just get to walk around and fucking say that this is the spot, and like you can do this and you can do
like
that.
A satch that's a satchel that says mayor on it.
Like you can take the pork loin that you stole at Walmart and cook it on a fucking, I'm not even kidding, you can cook it on a fucking shovel, and like you're okay to do that. But like if the mayor doesn't want you to cook on a shovel, then you ain't cooking on a shovel. And if the mayor wants you to cook on a if the mayor wants you to cook on a,
I'd get a nice stone. I'd create a nice little ambiance.
no, see, the mayor doesn't like ambiance, bro.
Well, I'm the mayor.
I'm trying to show you, like, maybe the mayor's freaked out on meth and is straight up like, yo, the shovel's tripping me out. Reminds me of shoveling like graveyards before I ended up here in Slab City. So maybe the mayor has a fascination with, I'm trying to think of what to cook on that's fucking crazy. That was the craziest thing I've ever fucking heard about, is on a shovel. But you're like Mr. Cook, Mr. Barbecue guys, so like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I mean, what else would you use to cook? As the mayor, you would direct that. You would be like, no shovels. Or you'd be like, shovels. Or you could, as Craig is the mayor, you could be like, everybody that barbecues, it must go through me and I must try it. But I don't know if I'd want to try it if you were the mayor. And I would ask, if you were the mayor of Slab City, that you would make me like the hand to the mayor in many ways, so I can make sure that you're okay and make sure that, you know, that the Slab City fire pits that are cooking meat off shovels are using shovels that were used within the last 30 years.
I'd make everyone get a spigot and spin that shit.
Oh, well, there you are. So let's see. Let's hope we all don't end up in. Well, you know what I was thinking? I was like, you know what? At least in Slab City, when I went through there, they've been living their own world, like, which is kind of crazy through this whole weird pandemic and stuff like that. They're just like doing it their own way. So. And they haven't had problems. Makes you think.
Well, they've got their own set of problems.
Yes, they have their own set of problems. But that's what I'm trying to show, though, is like, okay, what's going on for love for everybody this week? Let's start with that. We'll get over shovels and pork loins and shit like that they steal from Walmart. I thought Walmart people were bad. Walmart people are fucking excellent, actually. First card that we got for the collective this week is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Our challenge card that we got here is the Hangman. It's upright. We got the Four of Cups as the overall. Ooh. King of Pentacles to help us get through. I mean, I'm just going to be honest when I see this reading. I don't feel like anybody's really truly happy in love at all. I mean, Knight of Pentacles reversed. That's feeling stuck. It's a long journey that doesn't feel. It feels like an extra long journey because things aren't going physically or manifesting the way you want to right now with love. The Hangman definitely as a challenge is like, okay, I'm stuck even more. I'm trying to see why I'm stuck, but I just don't get it. The Four of Cups. I mean, this is not a fun card. This is a card of like, just like, do I want it? Do I not want it? No, I don't know if I want this or not. This gift. The way we have to get through this is the King of Pentacles. What is going to make us feel the best on planet? And are we going to do something about it? Are we going to use the resources we have? Are we going to actually do something? Are we going to actually create something? Or are we just going to fucking sit in no man's land? I mean, like, what's the point? Like, I feel like this is kind of a call to action. We're going to have to get a little bit deeper on that and see what's going on. What is going on? What's going on with that Knight of Pentacles in reverse there? That is very weird. This is a long journey that feels very stuck and making it feel extra long. And also, it just doesn't feel like things are moving forward the way we want to. The Chariot reversed. We're afraid to move forward into new directions and to follow the universe. It's like we're almost like choosing to stay back behind. I don't think that that's a good thing, but I mean, hey, that's what it's saying. Maybe we have a lot to learn. Maybe we have a lot to learn about learning to put things into gear, like I said, instead of keeping things like in neutral. That Chariot reversed feels like, oh, well, I need to figure out more. Really? There's more to figure out? Or do you already know? I think we already know. I think we're too afraid of just like making the call. Four of Cups, why did we get that? Queen of Wands reversed? We feel stupid. We feel like we're not ready to crown the energy coming into this week. Maybe because it's feeling all like everything's stuck or everything like there's a delay or anything like that. Or it's just not feeling, I mean, for some it's like not passionate, or some it doesn't have any excitement, or it's not going in the right direction a lot. Like, you know, it's like it's not going in the right spiritual direction that it wants to go either. And that's what I think this is. And I just feel like everybody is like at this kind of influx point of like, okay, I am ready to do, like, this thing needs to move. My love life needs to move. And maybe that's the whole point of this reading, is that that's what it's about. It's about moving things because it's been so stuck. It's been so slow. It's been not really showing what it's doing. And I couldn't imagine being in a relationship right now and having that feeling. That would be hell. Hell. Nothing worse than that. What's going on with these overalls here? Well, we got the Provoker Grand Cross. Oh God, this is definitely, we're gonna have to like, it's gonna be pressure. It's gonna be Grand Cross energy. I mean, it definitely feels stuck in traffic with a Grand Cross, but it's like you got to provoke the situation. Sometimes you got to honk the horn. I honked my horn like 100 times today because I thought it was hilarious. I was passing my dad's work at Porsche, and I was fucking in my RV in my truck, and I was just like, "Hey, Pops!" I fucking sent him a text, and I just fucking honked the horn 100 times. It's amazing, but it was like, you know, sometimes you kind of gotta be the disruptor a little bit here to break the spell of everything going so slow. We got the Psychic card, so it's like we're having a psychic connection deeply with where we know we need to go to create that better life, to understand how to unhang ourselves in these situations. So yeah, we got to do this kind of like little psychic, kind of pressuristic provoking. I always like this card too, with the Psychic card, because there is the two, there is the Venn diagram here, you know, it's like there's two sides bringing into one here. And it's like, I feel like there's an automatic knowing, but maybe we haven't seen or communicated that energy yet. That's kind of an interesting way to put it. That's kind of what I'm sensing from this. I don't know. Let's see what the shadow is with this. Well, that came flying out. Is this me? Well, this kind of always reminds me of like, I think that a lot of people are just like looking for who really they are inside by others that are really like them. And I think that we know, but I think that we have to do something about it. I think that's what this is about. Of course, we're going to ask Ganesha here as our last card and see what happens. I mean, this card just flew out of there, so I'm going to see what it is. And it's the, wow, it's the Justice card reversed, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's a High Priestess, actually. Reversed. You know what it is? Our guides have called us to go in the direction that we want, and it's like we might have had it, or we didn't do it, and we didn't do it. We had it and we didn't do it, or something. Maybe it feels lost. Maybe we feel like we lost a situation. Maybe people are looking back at the past and the glimmers and the dreams of what could have been, and really finding out who they are because of that. Maybe we had to go through massive stuck energy to really be like, where did I fuck up? Where did I fuck up in my journey? Where did I fuck up on this situation? We got the capacity to love. That's what this is about. This is about expanding the capacity to love and also increasing our capacity to love and opening up the gates to the capacity to love. Because I feel that maybe it takes a little bit of takeaway in order to expand much bigger. And I think that this is what this is saying for this week. The Astro Dice are telling us Gemini, Venus in the first house. I mean, this is definitely, we know what we want. We've figured it out, but we have to be very direct and very communicative and take action and define it. If we have troubles defining it specifically, the person, the situation, or what we want, or communicating directly what we want, we're not going to get shit. That the only way is directly making the communication and provoking the situation by listening, I think, to the psychic energies and who we know we are and we figured out, and who confronting situations. Venus in the first is confronting and also attracting what we want based off how we project our persona and we project the message of who we are and so forth. Maybe you got to redo your social media. Maybe you got to redo your look. Maybe you got to redo how you put yourself out there. There's a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's very inner out energy that everyone's kind of dealing with. You know, almost like we're at a crossroads in our life. You know, is this individual going to continue with us? And it might be them or it might be us. You know, but whatever that decision is, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter who it is, because some points we grow apart from each other and sometimes we grow closer to each other. And it's acknowledging each one of those steps separately for when it comes and not being afraid of it for when it comes. If you grow together, that can be terrifying as well, being able to put your love and trust in an individual and say, okay, let's go and grow this together. But at the same time, if you grow apart, that can also be terrifying too, because you've put that time and you have that love. Whatever it is though, you need to speak it, and you need to speak your truth, and you need to live that truth, because that's the way life's going to go at the end of the day. It's only going to progress no matter what the decision is.
Boom.
Va-va-voom.
That's a good way to put it. Well, I picked two. So we'll go with the Taurus. It was Taurus that came out. But it was funny because the other one that was second was Aries, and they were leading the pack for so long, but they're not now. All right, let's see what's going on with you Tauruses out there. You all, are the bowls ready? Do I got a bowl? All right, first card, Taurus, that you got is the Seven of Cups in reverse is your first card. Your challenge card is the Death card reversed. Your overall here is the Fool reversed. And then you got the Six of Swords to get through this. Well, there's definitely a better place to go. Six of Swords is taking us always to a better place. That's the way we get through this. But the better place is a place that has dreams that are more focused upon. I feel like, I don't know, Seven of Cups reversed is definitely, there's definitely a lot of prizes, a lot of things that could be had, but it's almost like maybe there's just like not going after things or not knowing how to attract it or not having a big enough dream about love. Death card reversed, afraid to end something that maybe you've been overly focused about that's not giving you what you want. I mean, because of the fact that there's the Fool reversed, it's just like, Taurus, I feel like you just have been playing this one like really stupid. And I think it's because it's like it's time to really go to where you really want to go. And I think that you've been just continuingly to try and stay on a side of the island that's not just like being in Lost, the show. That's just like kind of insanity and crazy and weird and different and hard to understand. But I just feel like you just have been kind of not in the space that really even is that magical, and you're afraid to still let it go. And I know you feel stupid about it. It's like you're missing out on the ultimate opportunities, but you're giving all the opportunity to things that you feel dumb and you feel almost stupid about. And maybe you're like, I've got this feeling, especially with the Six of Swords, it's like, you just have to go to like the breakaway zone to a complete new energy and figure out something different and go to a better place. But I feel like you're almost embarrassed to do that, when it's like, why would you be embarrassed to do that? Why would you be embarrassed to actually like finally take the boat to where you really want to go? You don't need to prove. I think that you're having issues of trying to prove your validity or something, or prove the way that you are, or prove that you're this great, energy, or that you can do this. It's like there's definitely a lot of weird self-worth stuff. 7 of Cups reversed came with the Knight of Cups upright. So it's time to move forward emotionally. I think you do know the prize that you want in your life, but you got to still move forward into it. You just can't kind of hold it like some cryptic Taurus that's hoarding like some old fucking weird ass, I don't know why I'm getting the vision in my head. It's almost like a dead fucking antler deer in your fucking house. It almost just feels like it's time to kind of move forward emotionally into what you really want in your life, instead of holding on to the idea of what could be or what. It's like 7 of Cups. We can get really confused and very overwhelmed, I would say, especially with so many options or so many dreams or fantasies. But I almost feel like you're just kind of in a space where you're too afraid to move forward into any fantasy at all. And that Fool card reverse, that one's a really hard one to deal with. And you got the Fool reverse again. I mean, they're 2 different decks. I think that you think you're going to be stupid. I think you feel stupid, or you feel lost in a sense that it feels like super naive, but to the point to where, I don't know, I just feel like it's like you feel like you've missed out on a lot, and you have to do something now. You can't just fucking continue this story anymore the way that you've been playing it in your whatever the situation is with your love life, because it's just not fucking working. It's not fucking working at all. It's not going down good at all. And I know that you feel doubly stupid, triply stupid, and there's a better place to go, but you're just playing it too safe in the most unsafe place, which is the most, I would say, empty space. First house is your overall card here. The body, of course, it deals with our rising sign. It's like, how are you projecting your persona out there? What are you doing? Or I think that you're too focused on yourself. This could be body dysmorphia or body issues. I'm just going to put it out there. Physical issues, attraction issues. Definitely going on with Taurus right now. And so you're going to have to deal with that stuff. I know that you might feel stupid because of it, but maybe you got to love yourself more about your identity and your body and step forward into the power of that. I mean, you have Uranus and Mars there. It's like, come on, I know you might feel weird or different, but actually it might be the hottest new thing. Truth. Well, I think that you have to accept the truth that it's time to move into the energy that you really want to go to and take the boat to the better waters. However you've been playing this game of love, it's like you need to get on the boat. It's like you need to cross the bridge. You need to get on to the other side now, because you can't stay on this side anymore. There's no more resources left. There's nothing left to grow and plant. Could be a person, could just be your overall how you play your love life situation. I'm feeling more of just how you play love in general. And are you really ready to take responsibility to the truth of how your ego has kind of run into this really weird kind of overly focused on the most stupidest things that make no sense and are blocking you from love? You got artificial heart as your shadow. So I feel that, it's like, I think that people are feeling like you're not willing to show up with your heart. It's like it's like you can talk a good game or everything, but you're not showing up with it. And then it's like they can feel the coldness, and I think you feel stupid because you know it. You can feel that you're being cold. I know that, and it's like, maybe you're expecting other people to make you feel warm by them showing their warmth to you. They are showing your warmth to you, and you're still not fucking doing it because you got the double Fool reversed. I mean, what does Ganesh tell you for this week? Priorities. I think it's time to make love a priority. I mean, I think that you have to put the priority of, how you're projecting your identity, the priority of the truth of the matter. It's time to move forward. The identity that needs to put your emotions forward. And I also think that the priority is to get rid of this artificial heart that makes you feel so stupid. You got the second house, Uranus, and Gemini, another Gemini thing. Well, Uranus here in the second house is like, you gotta like try some radically crazy fucking something different to get what you want by changing your environment up, speaking up about it, and more importantly, being more curious, being more stimulated, be more youthful, be more excited about things to build what you want to do. I feel like it's like you got to put the excitement behind it. That's what's missing, and the excitement to create the love that you want. But for you, it's like not that exciting. It's like you're approaching it like fucking going to the worst 9-to-5 job of your life.
Sometimes we have to break that mold that we've cast upon ourselves. We've kind of lived our life with this ideal of who we are and who we are as an individual and who we are in relationships, but sometimes that doesn't get us to the right point. Maybe that's why we are where we are right now, because we need to acknowledge that we've been doing things wrong or incorrectly to get us to this place. And it's all a learning purpose, but are you going to actually learn from those mistakes? Are you going to actually learn from those emotional states that you've been putting yourself through and change it for the good? That's what it comes down to, is being able to kind of break that cycle that we put ourselves in of it's a repetitive thought process, it's repetitive actions every single day, and it's the unhealthy ones that are meant to be broken, are meant to be adapted to and tweaked. Sometimes it's just a little tweak to get you through. That's all it needs. A tweak as in fixing, all right? Not tweak as in Slab City, okay? But
Gotcha.
Focus on that just a bit.
That's definitely a pattern you want to try and break.
Yeah.
Tweaking out in Slab City.
None of that slab
And
sauce.
maybe barbecuing with Craig opposed to barbecuing on a shovel.
Yeah, I only use the top-notch Traeger Weber's, baby, all day.
Well. Our next sign happens to be Aquarius. Aquarius. Yeah, Slab City. It was a crazy ride on the way back, too, right? When the sunset hit, and then the Slab City. I don't know what you call them. Come out more.
The freaks come out at night.
And then 30 miles of just straight dirt, fucking crazy terrain on the way back in the middle of the night, fucking blasting as fast as you can. That was fun, although there's times when you can go off the cliff like a million times. That was fun. All right, Aquarians. You ready to go off the cliff? Sure. You ready to go off the cliff, Aquarius, with me? You want to jump off the cliff with me? Or you want to fucking hang on Slab City? I mean, like, you got to pick one, Aquarian. Slab. Well, it was a military base, and they used to do testing on the Salton Sea there. The Salton Sea is weird, I've been there a couple times, but it's fucking weird because it's part of the Pacific Ocean out in the middle of the desert from the old prehistoric days, and then they used it as a bomb testing site for the military from like 1941 through 49, and then the government sold it to California, and then California just let it be basically like, all right, people just go live on the old slabs of the old foundations of the base and do their own thing. Aquarian, well, you had 2 cards fall out. The Emperor was your first card here, upright. Your challenge is the Judgment card. I love this Hermetic deck because it's like the Last Judgment reversed. Your overall here is the Moon reversed. And your way you get through this is the 10 of Pentacles. Well, I think that it's about building something great in your life, and also building, in relationships, it's about building something. Whether, it's love. Some people like to build love and build a house or a family or build it needs, there's things that need to be figured out for you right now about what you're building, because there's this awesome Emperor energy of like taking precedence, taking power for your love life. And to get to what you really want in your life, which this 10 of Pentacles is showing me that. But with the Moon reversed and the challenge here being the Judgment card reversed, it's almost like you're not wanting to show up to it. There's definitely some sensitive emotion stuff going on that's still being, kind of pushed down. And I feel that maybe they're so contradicting. The Emperor, the Moon reversed. the challenge is feeling like maybe you need to take this more seriously, your love life in general, what the situation is. Whether you're just single and kind of like, or you're in a relationship and you're just kind of like, there's just this kind of energy. This Emperor's coming in to be like, what the fuck? Like, are you doing the fucking higher thing in the judgment call? Are you fucking dealing with the repressed emotions? Are you dealing with the emotions that are missing? Are you dealing with how you just keep pushing them down? Because it's not building the ultimate. Ten of Pentacles is where the family creates the big castle and everybody's around, the dog, everybody. It's a great fucking card. The Lord of Wealth. The sun of the morning. It's time for you to bring that sun out. Trying to bring that morning out. But don't get stuck in this moon reverse. I hate this card. Ruler of flux and reflux. Well, how about the ruler of unflux and and I'm not even going to say reflux, but just like completely not connected. Numb. What's going on? Why'd you pull this Emperor card here? Page of Wands reversed. And I think that you're not letting others know where you really feel, how much you like them or how much you don't like them. Maybe you're having issues telling somebody you don't like them. Maybe you think that others don't like you, and you need to kind of have a little bit more confidence here, because I feel like it's both messed up. One, I feel like you're expecting others to kind of give you more, but at the same time, I feel like right now you're also not showing any of your cards. So like you can't start projecting on people when you're not doing the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those weird things. And whenever the page of Wands is reversed, like it's like I think that all you do is see, somebody's got the energy to do it, but they're not following through with it. I think that that's more on your projection with the reversed. I think like you have this Emperor energy trying to come in to kind of push you to start communicating and start bringing out the message of what you want. I don't think people know what you want. I think that you have partners or maybe people that are dating you that have no fucking idea what you really want. Four of Cups reversed. So with the moon reversed, this numbness, you're missing out on all the gifts that can be. And I think that this is the gift of what could come after a relationship or what could come in by coming into a relationship. I think that there's a lot of gifts being missed here of numbness, a lot of great things to build the life that you've always wanted, instead of kind of, if your life has been slipping kind of in this weird direction and you're in a partnership, especially in the physical realm, and I think that's a big sign. Or if you're single and you're not feeling like the wealth of the creation of life that you want to have is happening, I think that you have to kind of look a little bit deeper at what's going on romantically in your life right now. What'd you get here? Was your overall... You got the Taurus card. Yeah, it's time to take what you want to have and know the value and have the physicality. You know, the Taurus card is sensual and it's feeling and it's physical. It's also attractive energy. Are you attracted? Or are you so attracted you don't know what to do? It's either or. You're either really attracted to somebody and then you don't feel like they're doing it and you're not showing up fully, or you're just like completely not attracted anymore and you're too afraid to face that shit. It's one or the other. There's nothing else that it would be here. What's going on? Why are you pulling this Ten of Pentacles for Aquarius here and with the Judgment card reversed? Magic. I said you're missing out on blessing. It's time to bring the magic, to have the wealth of love and to have the creation, but it's going to take you. The judgment is a requirement by the divine to step out of the coffin and do something. Are you hanging out with fucking Rob Zombie fucking singing Dragula all night? Like, or are you fucking ready to step into the real magic of your life? Like, you know, that you could have? Like, are you really ready for it? Or maybe you're not really ready for it. We're about to find out with the shadow card. We're about to find out, Aquarius. Are you ready? Are you really ready? I think that this is what you deeply underlying really want. But I mean, envy is gluttony. I mean, this is the card that just deals with that you are envious of others. And you're envious of others and where they can go. And I think that that's the truth. I think that you see something and you're like, God, I wish my relationship was like that. Or gosh, I wish I could have a relationship like that. But then it's like this gluttony. Like you consume yourself with what you're missing out on, opposed to fucking stepping into what you can have and owning that. You pulled the cultivation. You gotta do something about it and actually do the work and show up and cultivate it and show up and either A, be like, I'm cultivating out or I'm cultivating in. I'm just gonna pull what you feel, or what does the person you're thinking about coming in feel? The Queen of Cups. They see a lot of emotion that they feel the nurturing from you. They see you as an energy that can really emotionally they can connect with. How do you see the person? Knight of Cups. So you feel like they are emotionally ready to go, but like kind of a little unsure. But the Knight of Cups is definitely moving slower, but it is moving emotionally in the right direction. So, but like, I think for you, the question is like, are you ready to fucking have what you really want, or are you ready to drop it? Pretty basic. And you pulled Leo 8th house Uranus. Well, I think that, you know what? This comes down to attraction and whether or not you're ready for things to change with love by making commitments and putting a complete transformational energy about your love life and your wants, your needs, and your passions, or you're just going to not follow that and not be happy. Pretty simple. Or
the momentum that we cultivate in this life is either going to carry us in a positive or negative direction. I don't mean the negative in like a bad manner, but it's either going to kind of keep us stagnant and pull us back in the opposite direction as to where our energetic flow is actually trying to take us. Or we're going to be able to use that momentum to uplift us. We're going to use that momentum to bring positivity into our life, to bring love into our life, to bring abundance. Whatever it is that you're searching for, it does come down to that momentum, that energetic force that you're putting into it. So look exactly as to where you're being guided. Look exactly as to where you're actually pointing or literally looking. You know, are you continually looking down? Are you continually slouching into your own body? Or are you standing up proud? Are you projecting yourself out into the world? All these things matter. All these things are going to bring that abundance that you're looking for if you actually apply that momentum, if you actually catch on to it and go. It's like a canoe going down the river, or a kayaker, you want to say. You're not just going to sit there all day trying to paddle upstream. No, you're going to start at the top and you're going to let that momentum carry you through. Do that with your life, okay? Be a canoe.
Yeah, I mean, in order to cultivate anything, you have to make a commitment to it. And cultivation, like when you cultivate the land, sometimes you get rid of parts of the land in order to cultivate it, and sometimes you add to the land to cultivate it. So, you know, but you have to make a commitment to it by actually showing up and doing something about it, or just sitting there and looking at it and not doing anything about it. I think Aquarius issue is not doing anything about it and just staying in stagnation.
No stagnation. Stagnation without representation.
Aries.
They just couldn't wait long.
No, they could not. Obviously, they're trying to figure something out. Well, Aries, we're going to blast them with this deck. Let's see what happens here. This will wake the crowd up. This will wake Aries up. I mean, I don't want to give away all my horoscopes I just filmed on this, you know, but like Aries, I mean, you're in a deep 12th house transit, and Mars is about to come into your third, and we got a big 3/4 square of the moon in your ninth, and you're in a big T-square in the mutable houses. Like, you're kind of feeling like you're in a circus, okay? So, wow, you're in a big 12th house transit. Well, you pulled the King of Wands as your first card. Your challenge card is the 8 of Wands in reversed. Your overall here is the King of Swords in reversed. Maybe we get through this. Well, you pulled 2 cards, Temperance reversed and the Hangman reversed. Well, I think that you've been trying to go with the flow with your love situation, and you felt stuck. And I think that you're ready to end that. But I think that the challenge is I don't think you know where to go. Eight of Wands reversed is like, I don't know where to go. And even though it's like King of Wands is here, it's like either A, you're dealing with somebody who really wants you extremely and ready to do everything, or B, you're ready for that in your love life. But I think that this overall with this King of Swords reversed is maybe you're trying to have it all figured out too much. I think that you're trying to have everything extremely look a certain way. And I think that that's stupid. It's a King of Swords reverse. I think overall, like, you know what, like, you know, you got to go through the journey of life, and you just got to kind of show up, and even if you don't know where it's going, at least direct them. You're an Aries, but like, you can't be a director to an energy that you're not going to show up for in your life. And I think that that's part of the issue here. Like, I think that you're not going to show up because you want to have it all figured out of where it's going. Well, why don't you just get into it and figure it out while as you go, and just own it. And just be it and see where it goes, opposed to having to know where it all goes. You pulled the Three of Cups reverse. I mean, I feel like the King of Wands, I don't feel like that you're at the party that you really want of love, your love life. I think that you're at a place where you came with a lot of high esteem about somebody, or a high esteem about your love life, and then it was a party pooping thing. And I think that you have to remove, you're coming out of that this week. Pulled King of Pentacles with that King of Swords. Focus more on the physical manifestation of things and the actual physical parts instead of the mental. And okay, it's great to have the heart thing, but like, you're going to be let down because the physical is not happening. You're going to be let down because you felt stuck because you want to have some sort of direction. And it's like, maybe get into the director's chair and direct, opposed to having the script at the beginning. You got the North Node. I mean, this is the life's purpose. It's time to focus on how to get to where you really want to go. And it's time to actually like do something about it and actually continue to forge your way more intensely into things. I don't think you're doing that enough. I really don't. I really don't think you are. I think that you feel that you are, but I feel like it feels like your head's spinning. I'm giving you a magical love spell fucking card because protection. I think that you're protecting yourself, or maybe somebody's energy is trying to protect their own energy because maybe you're coming at them too much with, I need to know where to go, and they're like pulling back. Or maybe, you know, you feel like you have to protect yourself because somebody's coming on hard. King of Wands is definitely here, and maybe it's because you want to understand everything. But I don't think it's going well for either party or either situation that direction or that way. It's not. What's the shadow that we got here? Addicted to finally finding the physical thing that you want to ultimately have in love, but you're more addicted to figuring it out opposed to having it and physically doing something about it and physically changing things and physically figuring it out. It's like you're too much in your head. You're too much trying to. It's like love is pretty simple, but like, you know, I think that you're like fucking Einstein on a board trying to figure out a crazy fucking long fucking division fucking
a beautiful mind type of situation.
Well, I'm not going to start claiming that Aries are fucking talking to people and posting up fucking. Maybe, I don't know, Aries, you guys going crazy? Fucking, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like Aries are love addicts that aren't getting their fucking drug of love. That's what this is saying. Spiritual quest. I think that you have to follow the spiritual quest more just in general. Like figuring out spiritual relationships and going after that instead of fucking around with ones that aren't. Or if you're not on the spiritual quest within yourself, well, your love life's going to suck if you're especially with somebody who is on their spiritual quest and you're not on your spiritual quest, Aries. Like, come on. I mean, that card's so... the Three of Pentacles reversed. I don't think that you feel like you're building anything because there's no spiritual connection to it. And you're wasting your time with a bunch of people who fucking are around you that are not. Or there's a third party involved that's causing some disruption. But it's because you're not on the spiritual quest or somebody else isn't. You pulled Scorpio, 12th house, Neptune. I mean, you're definitely in 12th house transits right now, but it's weird that it's Scorpio and it's Neptune. I think that you have this, I mean, that's very this like shadow addiction that's kind of like you want things to be a certain way, but like you're fucking it up by what you say, you're fucking it up by what you think. And maybe you are freaking out on people, or maybe you are having somebody come at you and you want more info. It's like, stop being addicted for the info. Start being addicted into the fucking love that's physically there.
It takes a lot to have a successful relationship, you know, from what I've observed and from what I can see. You know, it does take that spiritual and that physical and everyone to kind of be on that same level and have that same ideal and the same path that they plan on walking on together. And so that can be a lot to take in. That can be a lot of pressure. That can be a lot of stress. But at the end of the day, you know, it comes down to, like Dave's saying, is wasting, you know, wasting your energy. Are you actually putting it towards people that you do see yourself with? Because sometimes, let's be real, relationship just needs to be like a passing through moment, you know, a healing moment, somewhere to grow from. But that's not something that you want to stick around and be into. You know, if it's not fully, if it's not all the way, then you shouldn't be spending your days with this individual, you know. But maybe it served its purpose, maybe it ran its course. Okay, so it's taking that step back and actually seeing your path. And is it actually going to be in line with that individual that you're with?
Yeah, because if it's not in alignment, then it's not in alignment. And
no, it doesn't need to be true love always, you know, forever, ever.
Well, Aries like to fight and like fight for things. They also like to fight too.
Fight
So,
for your right.
you know. But are you fighting for the right things? And are you fighting for the specific way it should look? And we got Virgos. That's a very good transition to Virgos, right? Virgos are very clear on how it should look and how it should be. Maybe you need to stop trying to be like Virgo. Virgo can get away with it because that's their fucking job. But that's not your job, Aries. You're just supposed to fucking command by showing up and seeing what the fuck happens. Instead of trying to prefigure it all out. Warriors don't prefigure it all out. There's generals and there's higher ups for that.
Yeah, sometimes it's above your pay grade.
All right.
You don't have to worry about things all the time.
No.
No.
All right, Virgos. How are you, Virgo? Do you all have your Swiffers out? Are you guys Swiffering while listening? Or there's the most dirtiest people in the world. They're Virgos too. It's like one or the other. How's those drawers smelling that you've been wearing the last 4 days? How's those sheets doing that you ate a bunch of food in that you didn't clean? Or it's the opposite. It's like, how's the smell of that bleach going? Empty. Next to you. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Your challenge is the Eight of Pentacles. Your overall here is the Seven of Wands, upright. The way that we get through this is the Star card reversed. Afraid to make the reset. Afraid to come from and clear things up. And release yourself into the universe and trust. I feel like there's a lot of trust issues here. I mean, Six of Pentacles reversed, transactional love reversed. It's like somebody's not showing up transactionally the way that you want to. Or, you know what? I think that you're dealing with a situation to where you're just in a situation where it's like not even like close. I think that this Eight of Pentacles is your challenge. Is like fucking. You know how to build the great things. You know what the love is that you want to have that would be good for you. But it's almost like it's like the challenge, because I think that you're stuck in these very unfair situations of energetic vibration and exchange. And your overall is the Seven of Wands. I mean, I think it's like that might be great if somebody's in your life that fights for you hard. But do you want to fight just as much as they do for it? And at the same time, maybe it's time for you to really look at, like, are you willing to fight for something and find somebody that's willing to fight for as much as you? Maybe you don't feel like anybody's willing to fight for you. Well, maybe a lot of it has to do with the star card reverse. Like, I think that there's a trust issue. I think that there's a trust issue with the divine spirit washing and cleansing everything and kind of being more raw and naked about things. I think that you're trying to protect something that there's nothing to protect. Or you're trying to protect a person, or you're trying too hard still on something that's just not going anywhere. I think it's a deep fear of being honest that you don't want to fight for something. And you feel that you're required to as some sort of exchange. Ace of Pentacles with that. Well, I mean, it's trying to start this new precedent, this awesome new physical love and relationship thing that actually I would say is more not about transactional. Not about like, well, I do this and you do that. It's kind of old school traditional that's not working. Four of Pentacles is in reversed. It's time to let go of certain values that you have about how to fight with valor and how to fight for what you want. Or it's like you don't know how to fight well for what you want because you're realizing that it doesn't have the gold coin that you really see that you're physically holding. I feel like you're trying to fight for something that you're not that valued in, you don't value that much. Or or you're dealing with somebody who's like that right now. Or what you really want, you're just not going after it all to go fight for it. It's time to go do it, but I think that you're too afraid to do the reset. I think that you're too afraid to like deal with it. It definitely feels like somebody from the past. But I think that, this is also, I'm going to be very honest with you, and it's very Virgo. I think that this is just like, it's time to fight for something and go a little bit more extra than play boring. Because this is pretty boring. I'm not going to lie. That simple things are taking precedent over great things. That could be dealt with, that could be figured out, that could be put on. It's like too much physical energy here and too much the star card reverse. Like, is the way through this? Like, don't be afraid of the reset. Don't be afraid of following the universe. Like, it's almost like feeling like, oh, I got to follow the universe in myself instead of like following the universe in every part of life instead of just for yourself. Cancer, well, definitely this is dealing with your feelings or your home life or dealing with like, I think a lot of the things that are trying to be built is like a better emotional foundation in your life, and one that's not based off the transactions of how you've always dealt with love. But I feel like also it's a time that you're wanting to feel. And I think that with all this boring energy, you have to look at yourself. Are you boring? Or the person you're picking, are they boring? If they're boring, then obviously it's them. If you're boring and you know it and they're exciting, then it's you. And you got to be honest with yourself on that. You can't fucking try and sit here and tell me like, oh, well, no, I'm exciting and all that shit. And then you look at your partner or the person you're interested in and they're fucking doing cool shit and crazy shit and they're fucking fun. And you're like, oh, well, yeah, I'm not doing that. But it's like, what were you doing and what are they doing? Use that as a good template. Affluence, that's what you really want to feel. I feel like either A, this is like if you're in a relationship, it's the downfall of your partner's affluence in life in general in the public eye. Or that they need a big reset in order to be affluent because they're losing money, admiration. Maybe it's just run old or tired. Or it's like you're ready for that, but like, are you ready for that? Are you sure you're ready for that kind of affluence in your life? Because I think that you have a trust issue here. The star card reverse is like you don't trust the universe with that kind of affluence, and it's going to go create you the great things you need, but it's almost like maybe you have an insecurity of like, oh, I want to do this on my own. I'm an independent man. I'm an independent woman. Oh my God, fucking that's a fucking issue. But also, if you're trying to be affluent, like, and you're with somebody who's not that affluent, you're fucking stupid. It's not going to work out. You pulled the child I was meant to be as your shadow. Yeah, the child I was meant to be was supposed to have this great thing to fight for that feels like they fights back, but the shadow is that I'm unable to have that You got to let that go, and you got to actually do it, and you got to show up with valor, and you got to show up fucking more, and you got to fucking stop fucking, I'm going to be honest, Four of Pentacles is somebody who kind of like takes the good shit and fucking throws it away. Like, oops, accidentally threw away that brand new MacBook. Oops, accidentally threw away that fucking, those nice new whatever, that new iPhone I got actually threw away. It's no big deal. You know, I was meant to have it, but just kind of, it's like, give yourself some more self-respect. And I would say that give yourself more self-respect for showing up and fighting for the big things that are great and it can be influential and affluential to give you the feelings that you want to have. Instead of doing boring stuff. I hate to say it, Six of Pentacles, you know I don't like that card in love. It's boring. Boring. Concentration. I think that you need to figure out where your concentration's at right now. Are you really focused on the right thing right now? It's over. I think that Nine of Pentacles in reversed. You know what? I think that your concentration isn't on what you can manifest at all. Like, I think that for love, I think that you are completely focusing on things other than retaining what you already have that are basic situations and basic things, when you need to see the affluence and the beauty and the attraction of who you are and the great things that you could have and bring in, and concentrate more on that. Sixth house, Pisces, Pluto. Well, talk about destroying the subconscious day-to-day task and reality, boring life issues that are blocking you from magic. It's time to explode magic into your reality instead of pulling back magic to do basic bullshit reality.
Yeah, because the insecurities that we deal with can be some of the most self-limiting aspects of our life. Like my hair that I got all over my face all of a sudden. But it's being able to work through that, you know, it's being able to be comfortable with yourself, and that can be extremely tough, you know, to look ourselves in the mirror and kind of face these traumas or face these tendencies that we've built up and that have been such a major part of our life, you know, but breaking free from that can be extremely tough. It can be very scary. It can be very hard, you know, to face our path or face our paths and see what the future looks like, but we have to do it. You have to be strong. You have to be strong enough to know that you can succeed. You have to be strong enough to know that you're willing to love and that you're capable of being loved as well. And work through those. The daily step-by-steps is not going to help in overnight, you know, but, you know, if you can get to the base of that mountain, you can easily climb it, you know, and then you'll see the summit and you'll get all the way to the top. I think I use that mountain climbing terminology correctly. Either way, we're going to plant the flag up on top of that bitch.
Yeah, and Amber Lynn Anderson, no, seriously, I can't watch him anymore. He seems so angry. Honestly, I'm not angry at all. I just think that you just got a truth bomb on you that you're being really boring in your life right now, and nobody wants you because you're boring. He used to be such a kind soul. You don't live in my life. You're projecting off what you see on the free YouTube show called Deep Love Tarot, which is an entertaining, fun, wild fucking, purposely done by a reality fucking star show. I guess you haven't done your fucking Virgo research at all, if you're a Virgo. I just don't think that you've done any fucking research on this idea of this show, the purpose of this show, and where the real spiritual work is. You don't even see me in my life. You don't even know how I live my life. And you know what? Good luck to you, and you can ride your fucking little train all day of like doing like all everybody else is doing in the media of blasting people like he is this person's this, especially men. Let's just call it out straight right now. The target are on men that have a fucking opinion and that are strong and masculine and powerful, as if that's bad. And that's what's triggering you. That's what my guides are telling me. That you don't, and what, a kind soul, you want me to go be some fucking dude? Do you want me to fucking start fucking saying like, I need to apologize to because I'm a man? That I need to stop being so masculine and delivering you truth? What's going to be when the world is just going to be everybody wearing fucking the same clothes and everybody wearing the same this and every dude fucking going to IKEA with AA batteries to get a fucking drill? Are you really ready for that? Oh wait, no, those are going to be toxic, so we can't use AA batteries anymore. They're going to want you to use a solar powered thing, and you're only allowed to do any work to fix your home or to fix your plumbing or to do anything because that's not kind and that's your issue. I hope somebody would want to be with you when you actually give that person a chance to see who they are instead of projecting off them off a fucking, especially somebody like me, off a fucking show that's purposely built to be over dramatic. And you know what's really sad is like if you had any fucking clue, I don't even, you know what, because I don't have to fucking prove it to you. I don't have to prove if I'm a kind soul or not. Just do your own fucking research. Do your own fucking research. Or maybe if you knew me in real life, or if people, you're probably not even on high vibe. So you have no idea. It just makes me sad because it's like, fuck. That's how well the media has just spun out. Like, you know what? Like, I need to put on like a hazmat suit now to fucking watch CNN. Because it's fucking radiation and toxic. And it's fucking drilled inside of your brain so bad. And you know what's crazy? Not just CNN, because I already know she's going to say, I don't watch that shit. Yeah, but you watch all these other spiritual people that fucking want everybody to be the same and have this idea of what spirituality is. And it's like, and what kindness is. You know what? Sometimes kindness is telling you the truth. But like, to you, it's more of this idolization of what kindness looks like. You probably have a shrine of Obama or something and say he's kind. Or you probably have a shrine of like fucking the Dalai Lama or something like that. Or especially even Gandhi, who wrote in his fucking journal every day that he wanted to kill himself, and follow that. So have fun with that, Libra. Maybe you should go to Slab City. I think they would love to have you as a member there. They're really kind there too. It's all about freedom and taking care of all this stuff. But you know, there was dudes chasing us with crowbars yesterday. But I guess, you know, I'm not kind. So those people are kind. You know? Amber. You sound like you'd be a great press secretary for Biden. All right. Libras. Mars is on my moon right now, so don't fuck with me. Maybe you should do some astrology, Amber. All right, Libra. We got the Queen of Swords in reversed. Ace of Wands in reversed is your challenge. Six of Cups in reversed is your overall. The Fool card in reversed is the way to get through this. I think that you're extremely, we got all reversals. Queen of Swords is so sure about where she's going, and I don't think you have any surety in whoever you're in a relationship with or where your love life's going. Your challenge is you want the ultimate love situation to pierce through the clouds and bring you the ultimate rod of love. Not happening though, because you have to take that extra leap. The Ace of Rods is the reset. You're too afraid to reset some situation here. And you've got the Six of Cups in reverse as your overall. It's like bad memories. But really, are they that bad? Which I think that it's about, like, you want the right environment and space Well, the Fool reversed here is the way that you get through this. Maybe, you know what? The most stupidest situation that you would feel is stupid isn't so stupid. That maybe what you think it would be the not stupid thing to do is the most stupid thing to do. So it's like whatever you feel is the craziness, whatever you feel is the thing that would be, oh, maybe I'd be so stupid if I did this, might actually be the way to unlock the ultimate happiness in your life right now, because you obviously have no idea what you're doing with the Queen of Swords reversed. And you also are looking for this ultimate safe space that isn't available for you. Sorry, that the world is not going to turn into safe space everywhere. Why are you pulling these cards? Why are you so afraid to feel foolish? Well, you're feeling foolish for the ultimate love. That is what the universe is telling you to do. Because I think that you'd be more foolish to be in the worst situation. 9 of Pentacles in reversed. Your self-worth is, you're not attracting the world that you want or anything, especially, or the clarity, because I don't know, either A, you're dealing with a partner that don't got their game on tight, they don't know how to manifest, and it's kind of fallen into you. It also is a card that deals with a lot of physical attraction and whether or not you know how to attract the reality that you want. You got the Queen of Swords there. It's almost like you don't know how to do the messaging right, the branding of who you are. It's like you've kind of lost that for the moment here because you're unclear on where to go. And what's up with this memories reverse thing? You pulled the Moon reverse. These are suppressed emotions about memories that maybe you feel guilty about doing and stuff, but maybe it's not that guilty. Maybe it wasn't that foolish. Maybe it was actually the way to the ultimate heart that couldn't have reset in your life. I mean, there's definitely an issue here that you have to address about some sort of hidden emotional stuff that isn't going to be fun memory-wise, or isn't going to be fun kind of maybe even revealing to somebody that you really aren't into them, or you really aren't into the emotional place, that you don't feel that it's like that great. And that might feel crazy, but hey, what do you got left to lose at this point? Well, you pulled the Scorpio card. It's time to transform. It's time to make a crazy transformation. Sex is involved. 9 of Pentacles. I mean, is the sex really that good? Sex. Or are you missing on that point? Or it's just connection too, and trust and passion and energy. That's what you need. Is it foolish to be that way? I think that you're dealing, if you're in a relationship with somebody who doesn't have that, and if you're not in a relationship, you're definitely lacking that. Well, thanks, Amber, for ruining what a great day. Maybe you should watch my stories on Instagram. Fucking loser. Knowledge. I always laugh at this card because it's a story that hasn't been written. It's blank sheets of paper. Is it stupid to think that you are in your love life, haven't even started it yet? I don't think it is. Wow. Perchance to dream, to be or not to be. That's your shadow. Whoever you're dealing with that feels like an attachment, especially Scorpio, right? It's like, should I do this or should I not? If you're in a relationship with somebody, you're not into them. I hate to say it. You're not into them. You're not attracted to them. You're literally body to body next to each other and like, I don't know. And it's not the environment to be in. If you're single, it's like you keep playing around with like, okay, I want this passion, I want this great story, but you know what it is, but it's like you're too afraid to do it. You feel stupid to do it. You feel like you'd be an idiot, but it's like maybe that is the way to do it. Your last card here, your overall here is generosity. Well, I feel that generosity in a general oversense would be like, just in generality, would be that it would feel like a very generous offering. That whoever the situation is, or the love situation, it's very generous. It's got a lot of things to be grateful for and to also give. I feel like you're dealing with energy that's not that generous, and I think that it's like cloaked. Why is that? Yeah, Page of Swords reversed. They don't continue to be that stimulating, exciting, and they don't ever follow through with what they say. They actually don't ever. Like, they don't ever are able to communicate that exciting. Because at the end of the day, it always ends up where you figure it out, the truth. Like, you're like, oh, wait, that's not the truth. They lie. They've lied a lot. They can't be real with you. They only are real with you when they want you to be a certain way. Second house, Neptune, Gemini. So, I mean, this is definitely looking at the attraction, the value, and the stimulation, and seeing where you feel numb about it. And I think it's about letting it go and to actually finding the dream that's the twin-like exciting energy that actually you physically want to manifest in your life. And stop buying the bullshit and start buying the real shit.
That realness. Well, at least the good thing with all those reversals that, you can, maybe you already have been taking the time to actually look at your passions and look at your desires. And now it's time with that blank slate, with that blank book, to kind of write your story. You have the opportunity to change everything about your relationships. You have the ability to change nothing at all either. It's fully up to you. What's this story going to look like? Is it going to be filled with passion? Is it going to be filled with love? Is it going to be filled with appreciation? Or is it going to be filled with shallowness, and not necessarily the depths that you're looking for? Where you're going to place yourself in this life going forward is really an important tale that you're going to have to tell. What is it that you're going to actually go and get? Who is it that you're going to be with? What are these desires look like? They could be the darkest ones ever. They could be dark to other individuals out there, but they could be you. And that's okay. Whatever they are, it's time to actually put them out into the world. It's time to actually speak them and put the energy behind them and write them out. Write that story now. Whatever it's going to be, write it out.
Write it out.
Write that shit out. Write your story.
Yeah, make the story of your dreams instead of continuing to write a story you don't like. That's the worst, having to read a book you don't like. You know what happens if I read a book and I'm already a couple chapters in and I don't like it? I don't finish it. Sagittarius. Well, Karens have been replaced by Ambers. Amber alert.
So we've done Taurus, Aquarius, Virgo, Aries, Libra, and now we're on Sagittarius.
All right, Saggies, I'm shuffling for you all. I'm shuffling. We be shuffling. Every reading, I feel like has had cards just flying out.
Important messages to be had here on Deep Love Tarot.
Now Amber's doing witch shit. Amber's probably not even a real person. She's probably fucking Lauren. All right. If y'all don't know, Lauren is a cheap fucking person out there who tries to hit up every YouTuber out there and fucking tries to boost their channels and make money off them, and fucking has hit up everybody on YouTube and has run through every YouTuber and fucking in the spiritual realm, and is a piece of shit. Makes up accounts and does comments like that against her competition. Nine of Cups reversed. Princess, Page of Wands reversed. Is your challenge. Your overall here is the Three of Swords, the Heartbreak card. Ooh. And the way you get through this is the Ten of Swords reversed. I don't know what to say, except, I mean, I do know what to say, but I don't know how to put this out there, because this is not going to be an easy one. I mean, let's just be honest. We got the Three of Swords, the Lord of Sorrow. Okay? On the other side, we got the Nine of Cups. Like, this is where Nine of Cups is a great card, but when it's opposite, it's almost like overly feeling like, oh my God, this is like the most amazing fucking shit ever, and really you're just high in ecstasy, and then you have your fucking horrible fucking hangover and over excess belief, whatever. And then you got this Page of Wands reversed. Here's your challenge. It's like, are you sure you know what you're doing? Like, are you sure that offer's right? Are you sure that you're that excited about it? And then you got this Ten of Swords reversed is the way you get through this. It's like, when are you gonna finally like get over these fucking patterns that you continually to do that keep you heartbroken? Like, I feel like you're either dealing with the nonstop broken-hearted fucking relationship, or the nonstop picking partners that always make you fucking heartbroken, and they're all similar. They're all similar. You're always excited about them. They're always the offering that right away you know you shouldn't take. It looks good, but it's not right, and you fucking do it anyway, and you always fuck yourself over. And there's definitely a major heartbreak situation here. Probably from a lot of truth about patterns that they do and that you accept. Or a new person that is the same pattern, and you're like, are you gonna finally end that cycle? Well, these zombie cards are so been used that they barely shuffle like this. They're so rough. They're rough.
What deck is that?
The zombie cards. They're rough. Like leather skin. It's dry.
It's a thick deck.
Well, you pulled the Ten of Swords again with this Nine of Cups. I think that this is this is not too hot. I'm going to be honest with you. This is definitely overly excited about something that is definitely something that has no backing behind it. Sag. Or it's like, God, you can have so much abundance and you just keep choosing people that you deny yourself of love, number one, or number two, you just keep, it's like you're addicted to the, you like this. It's sadistic. That's what I'm picking up. It's sadistic. You like this fucking weird cycle where you get all excited about it and then it doesn't go after it. It's like a fun cycle for you of like having to try and leap and then like be rebellious and be like, oh, well then I'm out to get them back. And then you get them back and then fucking do it all fucking over again. You know what? I'm trying to help you out, Sag. My mom made these on the trip this weekend. I took them home. They're great cookies that my mom made. Wow. the Chariot with the Three of Swords. Time to move on. I don't know why you can't move on, Sag. I really don't know why. This has come up for years. For years. I'm really tired of it, to be honest with you. I'm really tired of it. I mean, I don't get it, but I do get it. Black Moon Lilith, mystery. I don't know. Maybe you are sadistic about it. Maybe you like the sadistic quality of fucking being through the shit storm. Maybe you like it because everybody's telling you not to do it, so you just are like, fuck you, I'm going to do it anyway. That's fucking Lilith. That's your issue. Damn, these are damn fucking good. Holy oh, fuck. Thanks, Mom.
Little sugar cookie.
Mm-hmm. Well, guides popped up. Sag. Maybe instead of listening to your little shadow self that's like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, maybe you need to listen to your guides and what they're trying to tell you. Why is this coming up? Downcast pride. It's like you're in a prideless relationship. Or going after people that where you're like, you're not even that proud. You're not even that proud. You know why? Because they find a way and to let you go into the shadow where you downcast the pride in yourself. It's almost like you make it about them and their excitement and their pride, but they don't see it within you, or they use you. Usually, downcasting pride. It's very like, I'm gonna call it like spiritual slavery. It's the pride in yourself that you must give yourself to actually have pride to move on from fucking shitty, heartbreaking situations. Hello? You know? Just the way I'm eating these cookies so steadfast. Steadfastness. I got the Chariot card too. I feel like this is you getting your power and moving in the direction that you want. And that's what steadfastness is. I think that card can be always associated with, well, stay steadfast on the energies that you're in. Like, no, there's too many Tens of Swords in this one. There's too many, there's a Chariot, there's a Three of Swords. There's a Black Moon Lilith. Like, this is toxic. You are toxic for what you like. When it comes to people that burn you down and you like it. You like it. I'll even help you get one more confirmation card. Why not? The Empress. You think that they have everything that you need. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. It has to do with money. And they have that advantage over you, and they can do whatever the fuck that they want. It has to do with about money. Sorry to say it, but not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Moon in Scorpio in the 8th house. I mean, I don't know how much more secretive we can get here or digging up the emotional truth here, and it's going to be hard and it's addictive, and it's also about learning to like cut off the energy. But like, I don't know why the fuck that you're still obsessed with this person and still trying to stay steadfast. Your guides are telling you different. You're just like, no, I'm going to keep doing it because it's fucking, I want to do what the fuck I want. You're losing the pride in yourself, though. You're losing everything. And then you think that you can only go create and build anything with this person. I'm sorry to tell you that like there are contracts out there that you can hire in the world that might build something better in life, right? Well, in love, you can go build a life of love, but like, I don't know why you're so stuck on somebody. You're so obsessed with somebody when there's not even an obsession there. That's where you're going to get to the bottom. Like, I'm not even obsessed. I'm just obsessed with being obsessed because there's somebody that's already there. You're too afraid to like emotionally try something different. The real deal. You're afraid of the realness. You're afraid of the realness.
You know, don't get stuck in the investments that we make in this life. You know, you can always sell these stocks. You know, it's kind of like that whole GameStop situation. You know, all those individuals put all their money, everything their savings into it, but they didn't sell. You know, they didn't actually pull out when they should have, when the getting was good, you know, before it was too late, before you lose all of that investment, all that soul capital, as people say. You know, it's easily deducted from your life if you don't actually just take the time to say enough is enough. I've had it. I'm out. So sometimes maybe this is that time that you need to speak up for yourself. Maybe this is the time that you need to break those bonds.
Well, I just realized I think Amber
cookie.
is the wife of Jim Acosta.
Oh, maybe.
And she's having to go through what you say, like
you gotta pull yourself out.
You gotta
or
pull
else you're
yourself
just gonna
out.
get
Like Jim Acosta,
taken, sucked all the way down to the bottom of the abyss.
Pretty bad at the bottom of the abyss. He got booed out of CPAC this weekend. Wouldn't answer questions about Cuomo. And actually, it was revealed how obsessed he is with Donald Trump. I mean, imagine if you were the wife of Jim Acosta, and in bed, that's all he's talking about is Trump. He's obsessed with him. Amber, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were married to Jim Acosta. I'm sorry. I never meant to say all that stuff. My kind heart is here for you. I didn't know. And I feel really bad. Like, you know, I'm sure you have to go fill up his Viagra prescription every day, and I'm sure he goes to bed wearing a mask every morning and every night. And I'm sorry you have to deal with that. I didn't realize that till now. So, my heart goes with you, but not to Jim Acosta, but like with you. So I hope you accept my apology, and I hope that you can make it through this troubling time in your life. Pretty difficult. Jim's a hard one out there. You know, he's pretty lost, and our prayers go with you. Who's next? It's sad, huh, Craig? You know, I mean, I feel totally different now. I feel very bad. Cancer. Maybe cancers can throw us some emotional stuff that we need. Good old Jimmy boy. Jimmy A. You know, Jim Acosta reminds me of Better Call Saul. Like, he's going to have to switch his persona and maybe come up with something different and go on a different network and eventually just like kind of go off into his own crazy weird world that he has to hide under the scope of being Jim Acosta from CNN. I bet you when he goes, because did you watch the video from this weekend? All he did was going, "Where's the gold Trump? Where's the gold Trump?" I think he wanted it for himself. Amber, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that your man is out on the weekends, like I think from like dusk till dawn, all the way to even into midnight, looking for everything that he can do to find Trump this or Trump that. Or I could only imagine that you probably had a breaking point at this moment. I mean, I could see it. I mean, this weekend, the way he was obsessed with finding a golden Trump. Like, it's a little bit like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, looking for a chocolate ticket, a golden ticket. I'm so sorry. How many things does he have to go to find the golden Trump? I don't know. Maybe Easter? Are you going to stay with him through Easter? Let's see, Cancers, what's going on with you? I feel like Cancers. You know what, Cancer? I'm going to be super nice to you. We're going to give you a beautiful deck. And let's see what's going on with you in your life with love. Well, you pulled the Tower reversed. Your challenge card is the Three of Wands. Your overall is the Seven of Pentacles. And the way that you get through this, Chariot reversed. Well, definitely afraid of a relationship situation or terrified of seeing the end of something, terrified of things crashing down. Three of Wands challenge is not seeing much positive opportunities out there in the future, or afraid to go on the new adventure too. So definitely afraid of the new, afraid of the greater. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles is the reminder that what's your ROI on this relationship situation? Are you getting your return on investment? Are you really sure? The Chariot reversed is the way to get through this. I mean, why are you so afraid to take action? Why are you so afraid to move on? It's like the universe is trying to say, like, okay, the advice is to show you what it's like when you don't move on and when you don't. I'm just going to let you sit here and watch your fear of watching the tower fall and move on to the greatest glory that the universe is directing you towards. And just have you sit in a place where you feel maybe hopeless and that you're not getting a return on investment. Maybe because what? Let's see. I mean, we're about to find out. What's this tower reversed about? I'm interested. Temperance. You know what? I think that, I hate to say this, but the Temperance card in love, I think that you are so looking for this just organically natural position. Yet, it's almost like it reminds me of like people obsessed with Whole Foods. Like, I can't eat unless they eat at Whole Foods. I feel like it's like, that's how you are about your love life. Now, I get it. It's good to be that way and have good, high quality standards. But I think that the issue here is like, I don't think what you think is natural is natural. What if Whole Foods brought out and said, sorry, for the last 5 years we told you it was organic, and really we just found out that Monsanto fucking was involved with the whole thing? This over natural way of how you expect love to be is your downfall. You pulled two cards. I couldn't even do it. Four of Swords and Two of Cups reversed. You're dealing with a soulmate situation that is upside down. And your return on investment is you have a safe space to sleep at night. But the love and the depth and the passion is weak. Or you're afraid of going into a soulmate situation and the investment that it deals with to find that because you want to have your own way. Like you want to have your own space. You want to have it your own way. Aren't you afraid to move into anything that's going to change your life? It's tough doing this shit because that's all I've done for 10 years is just try and get people to get their dreams made. And it's just very difficult watching it work and then reading these things and seeing it, knowing the astrology and just watching people just totally not follow it and just totally Well, I think that you need to make a communication. If you're in a relationship, a lot of communication stuff about what natural is and what isn't, and what's here that's not being. And Tower reversed is another way to look at it. It's not trying hard enough at all, and you need to communicate, or it's communicating with something that fell, or that you haven't been able to see. You're in purgatory because you feel this beautiful, natural element to it, but it's also this Tower reversed. Like, is it falling? Is it not? And you need to figure out. You need to find the communication element to it. Or there's been a communication breakdown that needs to be dealt with big time.
Big time.
Big time. Maybe call Jim Acosta. I heard he's going through a divorce with Amber.
Big time.
Sorry, Amber. Just I know you don't want him anymore, so maybe there's a cancer that's ready to swoop him up. You know what I mean? You never know. Wow, shift. Telling you. I ain't being so real. Fucking, it's time to move to a different direction completely, and it's with the fucking one card that doesn't want to move away. And I think that this is your problem. I think that you're going to learn that you have to shift the energies of not moving into the energy that you want, that's not working. Like, I think that, I want this, but I'm gonna, but it's funny. It's like also what you do want is what you're doing. Let's be real. So that needs to change. That needs to shift. You got a soulmate issue here. And that's what we're going to find out the shadow situation is. Black flower fragrance. Wonderful. Just keep spraying fucking all of the fucking perfume over it so it don't smell no more. You got a stinky fucking soulmate situation going on, and you keep propping it up with I'm fine and everything looks good and I'm not gonna say much, and and even though you think you are, you're not directly getting to the point and getting the answers. You're beating around the bush. That's not gonna help. Ganesha, empowerment. I think it's time for you to find the empowerment. The empowerment of what to do. What are you going to do? Are you going to be empowered by facing the music or not? Why did you pull empowerment? 9 of Cups. The empowerment for your ultimate happiness, your ultimate dreams, your ultimate physical, emotional reality coming together. It's time for you to empower yourself. I feel like you're not empowered. I feel like you're living like on life support here about love. But you gotta communicate, and you gotta fucking make a shift. And you have to learn to attract what you want. Your shadow is that you're not attracting the things that you want great at all. Hate to be the honest opinion of that. Capricorn, Mars, 3rd house. You know what? That's an exalted Mars. Boom. Capricorn. It's time to take the fucking authority and communicate and push that authority through and find whatever chain of command that you got to do that and fucking do it. And be honest and be real and fucking say what you need to say that's going to advance things in a different place, in a different way, or just continue to just sit and go nowhere.
taking the power back is key. Communicating is key. Communication is key. And being able to speak your truth and being able to communicate your will and your desires with these individuals that you're spending your time with. That's how it's all going to work out. Sitting there in your room or sitting wherever you are in your car and saying, oh my gosh, I wish my life was turning out like this and I wish this individual would do that. That's not going to get anywhere just by throwing it out into the wind. All right, they're not going to hear that. They're not going to be able to see your passion and your desire for wanting that greatness. So be upfront with them, not in a non-dictator level, because it does come out to that partnership. It is working with that individual to create something great. You can't just dominate them and crush their will, and vice versa. You can't allow yourself to be crushed. You have to be able to stand strong and stand in your convictions. Be yourself always. Don't allow yourself to settle. But you can't allow yourself to actually wait for these people to kind of pick their shit up and get it going. You can't just waste your time, because that's precious as well. So be strong, communicate your truth, and know your power. You have to know it. You have to believe it. You have to feel it within inside yourself. That's the only way that it's actually going to go. It's actually the only way that they're actually going to be able to feel it and see that truth as well.
That's a very good point. Because
thank you.
if people aren't willing to see the same truth, because imagine being on the opposite side and then kind of like accepting it. That's what's so crazy about relationships. Somebody could be so unhappy, but then the partner that's the one that is dealing with that is still like going to deal with it. Like, well, they're not happy, so I feel like that's just fucking ludicrous. But what do I know? I don't know if Ludacris ever went platinum or not. Did he go platinum?
Guarantee.
Did he go platinum?
Guarantee.
But well, the one and the only ain't no party,
I'm trying to see if Luda went platinum over here before we dip ourselves into that little party, which I couldn't find it. So, and it's time. We're on the final frontier, the final lap of the 12 sun sign tarot. Love, redemption, love feeling, love it, baby. Scorpio party, because there ain't no party like a Scorpio party. Baby, baby.
All right, you brought it. That's 2 weeks in a row you brought it hard. What? That's 2 weeks in a row.
Well, I'm trying to put all the positive energy into the Scorpio readings that I can. What you looking for over there?
I was looking for my smokes.
They're to your left, I think. No? I saw them on the table before.
Oh, they fell down.
Oh, no.
Like the cards have been falling down.
Oh, no.
Let's hope the cards fall down correctly for Scorpios right now.
Oh, they most definitely will.
We'll see.
Pluto, baby.
Pluto, baby. All right. Let's see what's going on with Scorpio.
I feel like the cigarette's a good sign. So it's like your sage.
It is. What's the difference between sage and tobacco?
Nothing.
They're both plants.
Not much.
They both are smoked in the air.
Not much.
What's the difference? It's fucking Matrix anyway. Like,
Yeah, I was tripping on that the other night actually.
it's like that's you want to get to the real spiritual shit. It's a fucking Matrix. People are so concerned. Oh my God. My 12th house just laughs. Okay, Scorpio, Queen of Cups in reversed. Woo! Challenge here that we got here is the Hierophant to the Pope. Woo! The overall is the 10 of Cups in reverse. Oh, wow. And your way through all this is the Chariot reversed. Wow, that's 2 in a row. Water signs in a row and with Chariot reversed there. Well, there's a couple ways to read this, Scorpio. Queen of Cups reversed. Either A, you don't feel like nurturing a situation enough, or you're not feeling nurtured enough emotionally, or you don't feel it's the queen of the emotion. Like, it's like either you're not ready to embrace it fully, or the other person's not, or you're just overall in your love life not feeling emotionally supported. Your challenge is the Hierophant. Commitment. And then the overall here is the ultimate love story, the 10 of Cups, but it's reversed. I mean, how are you ever going to get to that ultimate love story if there's no commitment made and there's, no emotional holding fully? And I mean like full emotional holding. Chariot reversed, either afraid to fully go in, or even just like the universe being like, because the Hierophant there, if it's a commitment issue with the Chariot reversed, it's the advice is to not just piece the fuck out. We're gonna have to get a little deeper, because I don't know why we pulled this Chariot reverse, but I mainly want to understand what this Queen of Cups is in reverse about here. Why are you feeling this way? I mean, I don't care if it's them or it's you. You're not feeling emotionally supported. High Priestess reversed. There's no spiritual guidance here. Or there's no seeing the same way spiritually. High Priestess comes before the Pope too, by the way. Right before. She's the one who guides the way, and the Pope then enacts the traditional element of it all. Why is this ultimate love story reversed? The Devil card.
Satan.
Oh,
no.
Well, it's trapped. It's feeling trapped, or it's feeling somebody feels that somebody else is being evil, or it's just based off the sex and it's not emotional. You can't have a beautiful love story if it's about just getting demonic.
Can't be all Dungeons of Dreams.
No, it can't be.
Sometimes it needs to be the same.
Well, the good thing here is the 9th house shows, but that's so weird. It comes with the High Priestess reverse. It's about faith. It's about beliefs. It's about opportunities. What's the opportunities here? And focusing on those things. And also making sure that the beliefs are on the same page here. It's very hard to be in relationships when the beliefs are not on the same page, especially the 33 card in this deck. The 3 and the 3. I mean, come on. It's like, you got to see the same visions here. Why is this Chariot reversed in this Pope card? It's about running away from commitment. Is it about running to it and afraid to do that? Well, past life. Well, it looks like it's been a karmic situation that continues to go down, of a repetitive cycle of, are we committed or am I running away? Am I committed or am I running away? I'm gonna pull one card with that. What's that past life really dealing with? It's dealing with like the fortitude card. I mean, I'll be honest with you, the strength card. It's like weakness, past life weakness of like finding the strength to fully fucking commit and go all in instead of, it's like, and you can't blame it on one person. It's like both people are not willing to put the strength in from a past life of all in. And then it's now come to a point to where it's about beliefs. So it's like gone through every fucking corner. And it's like, well, now the beliefs. It's like, good excuse. That one's a good one. When it gets to that, it's like, good excuse. What's the shadow about this shit? Anger and chains. With the devil card that's anger, that's chains. I think that the shadow has to deal with like, I don't know, Scorpio. I think that you feel like chained down to something that's not leading to where you want it to go. The other person's feeling the same way. Ganesha is finding the delight. Is it delightful? Is it delightful? Four of Pentacles reverse. It's not holding delight at all, but it actually can't. It's like not putting that first. Like, where's the delight of just the love itself instead of getting lost into the beliefs and the mental things and the traditions and the you know, it's like, how is anything emotionally going to be built, spiritually heard, if it's just off basic devil, like, okay, like this will make me feel happy instantly now, and then that's all it is. Like, it's like having to hold the ultimate coin, but when it's reversed, the delight is the coin, and it's like not being held of just the delight in a positive sense of the light. Pluto and Libra in the 11th house. So major relationship situations about the kind of people, the kind of world. Like, either it's all committed based off the relationship seeing the same world or not. About relationships and what you both want out of relationships if you're in that, or how you interact with people to get relationships if you're single and not talking to anybody, or if you're in a relationship. It's definitely some world view issues going on about whether or not they're really all in or not.
All in or all out?
Of those beliefs.
And maybe they are all in which, in that terms, you have to pull out whatever's right for you. You know, are you ready to fully commit and go down a new road? You know, a complete new journey? Maybe you are, and maybe that will be beneficial to you, and you can't be afraid of trying it. You know, but there's something to say about knowing your path and knowing your beliefs and knowing what your desires are too, and not just kind of attaching them to an individual because things seem right. You know, things may seem perfect, you know, on the surface level, but as you dig deep, you know, is the real true desire there? Is the truth there of all? You know, are they speaking their truth to you as well, or is there somewhat of a facade being placed in front of you? And maybe you haven't been able to fully see it, you know, because you've been wanting and you've been hoping from deep down inside you that it actually is that truth that you've been living. But times change and people change. And it's being okay with that. You know, it's being okay to adapt and living the change that you want to be too. And again, pulling out of situations that aren't benefiting you, that aren't actually bringing that happiness back into your life. And kind of, you know, we talked about this in the very beginning about getting out of that loop, you know, and kind of breaking that cycle that you've been into. And that could be a cycle of saying that everything is great when it's not, or a cycle of saying that everything is shit, you know, when there's actually some true greatness in your life. Whatever that cycle is, you need to be able to step from it and see your truth and see your light for what it is and for who you actually are. And go get fucking weird.
Yeah, things change. Mass change. Colors, how many to wear.
The times they are a-changing.
No, don't wear them. No, wear them.
Where to?
Where to? No, you're wearing the wrong one. Pisces. If anybody doesn't see this, fucking just retarded. I just don't. And you know what? There's never been a public apology, I don't think, from him either. Have you noticed that one? It's like, oh no, I fucked up, but like, I'm allowed to fuck up, so just fucking keep listening to me. When they bring those China fucking swabs up the fucking butt, and people are gonna follow that shit, that's when you just like, no, Fauci's got weird shit. I already know. I tap into Fauci. The whole fucking article about Tinder and it's okay to do that. We never see his wife. Like, the way he was at the baseball game, like, yeah. Anyway, all right. We're doing Pisces. Happy birthday, Pisces. Let's see what's going on with you this week. First card that we got here, Pisces, is the Hierophant, upright. Your challenge is the Four of Pentacles, upright. Your overall is the Four of Swords in reversed. And the way through all this is the Six of Wands in reverse. Well, I think that this is you trying to have victory in places that there is no victory because there's no deep spiritual connection. And I hate to say it, but the Four of Swords reversed here overall is that it's a very uncomfortable place. I don't even think you would want to sleep there, or if you're together, you're avoiding the whole union of safety and security, and I don't think that there's a lot of rest and recovery going on here. I also don't feel that there's a lot of, I hate to say it, Pisces, I think it's like whoever you're dealing with, like, you keep trying to find victory in this space and there's no victory, because I think that you add to this whole Four of Pentacles, like, the challenge is like what you want and what's actually there are different. You pulled the Hangman reversed with that. I mean, you're not stuck, but why do you keep hanging yourself around an energy that is not even on the same spiritual tip of you at all? Like, what the fuck? Seven of Swords reversed. Wow. I think that the overall here is like, this one's tough. It's like just this fear that's unwarranted, like this freak out, like these lies you tell yourself of like, God, it could be so much more of an easier, restful, beautiful place of a sanctuary, but you keep hanging yourself when you don't need to because of some sort of belief, some sort of fucking spiritual thing that's not in alignment. But it's kind of ironic. It's like you might even have somebody who's actually the most spiritually aligned, yet there's one part of the belief that's off, and then then you go to somebody who has zero beliefs, but maybe has one belief, but everything else is off. It's like that's totally this Pisces weird journey at the moment. And you're not seeking victory for your ultimate thing that you want in love. You're going after, no, I'm not going to do that. You don't want victory. You don't want good news. You're too afraid to own that. That's your challenge. You're not ready for the quest. So you pick everything that's easy, that's not quest worthy. Or just staying on the quest with somebody that's really fucking not worth doing the quest with anymore. You pulled the water element, sensing. I mean, I think that your sensey energy, I was going to say spidey sensey, but you are intuitive. You know where the ultimate knowledge and spirituality and the tradition is what you want to have, and that you're not stuck in anything that could hold you from that. But for some reason, you're feeling stuck when you're not. Home. This came up twice now. Like, you're afraid to fucking hold the ultimate home of what victorious, ultimate, physical love could be. It's like, no, I kind of want my own space. But you're missing out on, like, everything. And then also, for those that have built the home, it's like, who the fuck are you at home with? Or who the hell are you building it with? We are dealing in this last card here with a very bad card, the Seven of Swords reversed, with a Four of Swords reversed. We're dealing with, like, I don't know, just self-sabotage, self-lying to yourself, like projecting fear, like, or somebody even, like, accusing you of shit that it's like, what? I won't cry for you. I gotta say, Pisces, I got a feeling this is mainly directed towards you, not so much who you're dealing with as much as I think that you have to really pay attention to who you're dealing with based upon the fact that it's like, I think if you go deep down inside, I think that you're really good at, acting than you are performing the truth right now of your real feelings and what you emotionally want. And you pick bad scripts of love right now to keep running for your bad acting. Innocence. Why can't you just go into the innocence of what you really want to be? I think that you're going into the opposite of what innocence is. I think that you're going into things that are not innocent at all. And don't bring you any of the beautiful innocence of the natural, universal, just purity that could be there. I just think it's like you're afraid of that. I think that you're afraid of, like, finally finding your true energy. I think that you like staying in this toxic situation, and to where you have to kind of numb yourself up so hard and lie to yourself and say it's safe when it's not, and be like, I'm not going to cry for you. Like, no, I'm tough. I can deal with this. Your intuition's popping and knows that you're not stuck and that you could have, but it's like, maybe the issue with is like, you're not stuck into a traditional situation that sucks royal ass, that goes against the emotions that you feel. It's definitely a weird situation here. 11th house, Virgo, South Node. I mean, that's the issue, is I think that you keep nitpicking how the world should look and all that, when you just need to focus on the beautiful love story that you've always wanted and go towards it and stop fucking around with your boring life.
Let's be real. Sometimes we set ourselves up for failure because we know that it'll be easier to say, no, I didn't really invest my time, or no, I didn't really invest my emotions into it, because we're not comfortable with ourselves, or we don't have that confidence in ourselves to be able to maybe work through a heartbreak, or to be able to actually have those tough conversations. So you say, nah, I don't actually care about that person, or whatever it is that I was doing. It wasn't that big of a deal. But it is. If you keep telling yourself that, then you're just going to be building a foundation of not even bricks. It's just going to be that straw house that's just going to get blown over in that first storm. You're not going to be able to weather it. You're not actually going to learn how to adapt. You're not actually going to learn how to fight through situations and fight for what you actually want in this life. So have the courage to say, I'm in, or don't be in. Whatever it is, go full force with it. Have that confidence in whatever it is that you're doing. Have that life source behind whatever it is that you're doing, but make the decision and stand to your convictions and stand strong in it.
I don't think I could have said it better, because You got to have that conviction to be who you really are instead of convict yourself into a state penitentiary of shit. But I guess you think that, just Gavin Newsom will let you out.
Bruce Newsom.
But then they're going to throw you in a nursing facility here in New York. Okay.
My fingers hurt.
My grandma lives at a nursing facility, and if that shit went down, I would fucking be furious. You brought a bunch of Slab City people and just threw them in the nursing facility and said, they're sick. Capricorn.
Caps. Voila.
What do we have left? We have two more left. The last two after Capricorn is going to be Leo. I already know that. And Gemini. All right, let's see what's going on, Capricorn. All right, first card that you got, Capricorn, is Page of Pentacles in reversed. Queen of Wands in reversed is your challenge. The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse is your overall. And your way through this is the Magician. Well, it looks like you're going to need all the magic that you can get this week. I think that there's a lot of unsurety. I think about a lot of questions about the worth of, or even the attraction of somebody, your partner, a person. I also think that you're not providing, you're not providing anybody with really knowing with what you feel. I think that because that challenge of the Queen of Wands reversed, it's like you don't know how to show your passion. But that's overall a saying like, well, you keep circling around in circles instead of moving on into where the fortune's going to lie. You're too afraid to see where the needle's going to land. And so I think that you need to be a magician and go, I know where the needle I want it to be. And wherever it lays, I can be a magician. I need to show if I'm passionate or not, or maybe I'm not showing the passion because I'm not that magical into it. And if I'm not really that interested in it, I would show more offerings of what I want, but I'm not showing offerings because maybe I'm not that magical into it. Yeah, you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse again. On top of the Page of Pentacles reversed. You are not showing, or you feel like nobody's showing you love, or you're hiding because of your attraction issues in yourself. Did I trigger some Capricorns yet? Or you're just not attracted to your partner at all. Like disgusted, not even know how to deal with it. Seven of Swords. Oh no, good, it's Wands. Reverse. But it's like you're not willing to fight for it. It's reverse, or your partner's not, or the person that you're after, or you're not putting in a fight at all, and you're not wanting to fucking take a chance. You're not wanting to take a chance on wherever you really want to go and reach. So you have set the bar so low. You have set the bar so low in your life right now with love. It's time to be the magician and set it all the way high and point to the sky and point to the stars and point to the universe. Why did you set the bar so low? 12th house escape? Where are you escaping to? I get it. You're dealing with a lot of your own you know what it is? You're dealing with a lot of your own self-conscious, subconscious, and a lot of vulnerable and sensitive places. But that's usually when you want to bring somebody in to be there for you, but it's like you're kind of removed. I also feel like you've kind of escaped and given up on love if you feel like you're not attractive anymore. Call that one out. That one's popping up a lot. That one just doesn't keep. That one just keeps repeating. Well, the death card has shown up with the Magician.
It's a lovely death card, though.
It is. And the Queen of Wands reversed. Well, you know how you get through this challenge? You fucking be real about the magic that you want to have and whether you're passionate or not. You got to be real. Or if you really want love or not. Maybe you don't want love. Maybe that's not the magic that you want in your life. Maybe you just want to go back to just be working. But even then, you're not that excited about work. Oh, you're out of tune. Atonement. You're stabbing your own self in the back, or you feel like you've been stabbed in the back by somebody this week, but I think you're stabbing your own self in the back by not wanting to fight to take the chance of what you really want and being real and exposing your most vulnerable stuff. And you're too afraid of endings, and magicians aren't afraid of endings and new beginnings. Insight. You know, I know that this one feels like go seek insight, but it's the insight within yourself that you need to act out. I don't think that you're acting out the insight. I'll prove it. Let's just pick a random fucking, watch this. Halfway through the deck, halfway, just like this. Watch this. Boom. The moon reversed. You are not acting on the emotional insight that you have. You have it, but you're storing it. You have it, but you're hiding it. You're in hiding. I said that at the beginning. Hey, you're hiding. You are hiding from the truth. You are hiding where you really what you really want. You're just hiding. You're just in hiding. You're out of tune. You don't really want anything. You're just kind of like the way that things, you could project and try and say like, oh, I am trying everything and da da da. The truth is though, it's not coming to you because you don't want it that bad. Tenth house, Leo, Neptune. Well, go keep focusing on work so much. That seems to be your love. But, you know, I feel like, gosh, no wonder you feel so empty. It's not fulfilling you with Neptune there. It's like this magical dream that work is your love. I fucking predicted that would come up. And that dice I rolled. I was willing to take a chance to roll the dice on that prediction. It came true.
Rolled it.
When you make
Not yet.
love to just your
Not
work
yet.
and you're not willing to make love in life, good luck.
Good luck with that.
Good luck.
You may just need to find the beauty in that death, you know, because from that, that's where the transformation can come. That's where the growth can come. Once you start pruning off those dead leaves, you know, once you kind of find the where the root system is not necessarily succeeding, that's where you're going to be able to put that care. That's where you're going to be able to put your energy back into yourself, back into that growth, so that when that next bloom comes, it's even bigger. It's even more beautiful. The yield's that much greater. That passion that you're going to bring in is just going to go through the roof. Once you actually acknowledge it, though, once you actually see what's going on and say, okay, it's time that I cut this shit out. There's that dead weight that's pulling me down, that's stunting that growth, because all my energy is going to fix this certain situation that easily could just be cut off and could be dead. It's no longer needed. Cut that off and allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to shine. It's as simple as that. Cutting it off and pruning those from your life. It may be hard, but it is simple when you look at it.
Yeah, you gotta prune, and then sometimes you need to just like prune juice to just fucking shit it all out.
Pruny.
All right, last two, Leo or Gemini. What came up? Gemini, it looks like Leo is last. Amber's in the back. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Leo's last. Fuck him.
I think Amber's left the building.
Oh, no, she's secretly watching. Hi, Gemini.
My sister messaged me because she didn't know what Slab City was, so she checked it out. It's quite. Apparently, there's a lot of videos.
There's a lot
of
of
YouTube videos.
And you can watch on my Instagram me going through Slab City.
She said, looking up Slab City videos. Sounds like it might be my jam.
No. I'll talk to you, Jen, about Slab City when you're ready for the real talk. I can't talk about it on YouTube. All right, Gemini. The Hermit reversed. I think you guys had that one last week. Two of Cups is your challenge. Ooh, this is an intense one. King of Wands is your overall. Wow. How do you get through this one? Knight of Swords in reversed. Well, I think that you're done processing a lot. You're done being a little fucking boring hermit in love. But you got a challenge here about who your soulmate is or what the soulmate situation's like. Definitely it's connected to something so intense that you've had to process so much about it. And it's about the King of Wands. It's about the ultimate kind of love in your life here. But the way you got to get through this, you got the Knight of Swords in reversed. I mean, Knight of Swords rushes in to save the day. Lord of the winds and the breezes, of the powerful things, but it's reversed. It's almost like maybe that's the issue here is why are you feeling that either A, the person isn't trying to swiftly come into your situation or you're not. So you got to get to the bottom of that. You're either going to lose this soulmate forever or they're going to lose their soulmate forever. Eight of Pentacles with the Hermit reversed. Well, I think that you know your mastery, your talents, and your skills, and you've been working on that. That's rather boring, but it's pretty good because at least like you feel confident with what your mastery is. Not really. I mean, it's part of the love story in life, right? Like, you know, you want to like know your shit of who you are and like know your passions and know what you're good at. So at least maybe that's what you've been focusing on. And the Devil pops up with the King of Wands here. I almost feel like it's like you have a very deep attachment that you don't know how to let go of about this kind of ultimate love situation. And there's a very, very dramatic situation with this because that's very dramatic. King of Wands and the Devil. Both of them are very passionate, but one's from the light and one's from the dark. Maybe this is a blend of both. Like you don't know how to decipher both. Or the blend of both. And I would feel that, especially with the Two of Cups here, we'll cross all this with that Two of Cups. That's a big card. Six of Pentacles. Not a fun card. Exchange. Is it a fair exchange? Let's see overalls here. Stability. That's rather boring. Safe travel. Well, I think that you're playing it safe, Gemini. I think that you're playing it safe. Might not be a bad move, but it's boring. I don't think that you're wanting the drama. What's the shadow of this King of Wands and the Devil? Blinded to pain. I think that you're trying to play it safe to avoid pain, but I also think it's leading you towards places that are boring. So if you want the boring, stable, safe, relationship, this is a great week for that. But I feel like the challenge is that that's the kind of soulmate that maybe that you end up getting, and it's not going to ever have that like really intense kind of stimulation, but at least you'll be stable. And that's up to you to decide if that's what you want or not. You pulled the spiritual practice. Again, practice. That's not the game. That's just the practice. Why'd you pull this spiritual practice? What are you spiritual practicing? 9 of Swords reversed. You know what? Your spiritual practice is you need to get over your fears. And that you try to play everything safe. Look at the stability card. The Emperor reversed. You're not empowered because you're trying to play it so fucking stable. Fucking Queen of fucking Pentacles with that safe travels. It's like, okay, yeah, you want to be able to be abundant and have all the things that you want, but are you willing to have the abundance to create things? Or are you too afraid to? So you just will only have the creation of something that feels safe and blinded to pain. Fucking 9 of Pentacles. It's like you're doing the you thing. That's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad reading. I just think it's like, I don't think you're ready for fucking edge again. I think that you're ready to play it safe. You're working on your mastery and your skills and your spiritual practice. It's rather boring. You pulled the 6 of Pentacles here with your soulmate. I think that you're just looking at just like more of the basics of you're focused so much on the physical that you forgot about the metaphysical passion and energy here. You've blinded to the pain because you don't want to deal with any pain that there is with the extremities of the dark and the light and love. So you want the middle neutral ground. And that is like Just Friends, the movie. Cancer, 11th house, Saturn. Well, I just said just friends. So you're willing to cut your emotions off for an AI robot because you're wanting to stay in control of your safety in the world by picking the most basic drone ever. Hey, people do it a lot.
Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes the most excitement in life is having that lack of control, and we want to hold on, in kind of force situations, or we want to hold on and not let things kind of rattle us. But again, like we said before, that's where that growth comes from. That's where knowing your strength comes from. And knowing the boundaries too, but you have to test those boundaries. You have to get to the edge and look over and say, okay, that's where it is. And then maybe push it a little bit further. That can be exciting also too. Pushing the limits of life, pushing the limits of love. And you can't be afraid of it all falling down on top of you. That's the pushing it to the limit as well, and knowing it. You got to actually find yourself. You have to put yourself out there into the world and see if it accepts you. And if it doesn't, then fuck it, and you just ride on. But whatever it is, push it to the edge. Just a bit. Just once. See if it tickles your fancy.
Yeah.
Little tickle, slap.
Getting old and staying stable and ending up on a cruise ship at the end of your life, you're exciting. I fucking advocate for love in any kind of way. And maybe that's what the world happened with the changes of the Venus retrogrades from 2012 through 2020 and the end of, especially from the cycle of 2004 to 2012 of the Venus retrograde, but actually eclipsed the sun. Maybe Geminis are not the crazy loved ones anymore. They just want safe passage to something stable and basic, and you can't harm them on that one. Leos, All right, Leo. Nine of Swords. Six of Cups is the challenge. Tower reversed is the overall. The Magician reversed. Well, Leos are feeling anxious. How funny, it says Mars and Gemini on there too. Despair and cruelty. Well, maybe it feels like, I mean, you know what? I'm already dealing with fucking Ambers in the world. Makes sense. Six of Cups is the challenge. Doesn't feel like there's any emotional, beautiful place to be yourself. That with maybe a partner that allows you to be yourself. It's like always being called out on things, Leo. Like, oh, you're not this, you do that. And the overall is the Tower reversed. I mean, like, I think you're doing everything you can to avoid the Tower moment of just realizing that maybe your love life is fucked at the moment. And just accept that it's fucked. And maybe then it will turn a different corner here. And the Magician reverse is like, stop trying to probably fucking try and like alchemically fix this or do some sort of spiritual fucking crazy thing. Just like let the fucking Tower fall. If love sucks right now, love just sucks. And end the story that the love sucks. And end all the fucking Ambers in the world that are after you in love. Why is that Nine of Swords coming up? Well, King of Pentacles reversed. It's almost like maybe you don't feel your value in love anymore. You don't feel like you're being valued. And you don't feel the value in yourself anymore. You don't feel confident in who you are because of the fact that you're waking up to nightmares of energy of just like all this of your love life, just or somebody you're dating just not seeing things the way that you see it. The Death card with the Tower reversed. Fuck. Well, Leo, I think it's time for just, the complete ending of this love story the way that you've been doing it, whether you're in a relationship or not. It's like time to put an end and just allow the Tower to fall. Just surrender to it. Just let it fucking fall. It's shitty. I get it. Like, it makes sense to me. Well, the Destiny Yod card comes up. It's a very weird card, of course. Destiny's coming in a very weird way. That maybe you had to be outcasted. Maybe you had to be devalued in order for your destiny to appear to where the finger of God is pointing towards. What's it pointing towards there? Veiled. I think what it's pointing to is a bunch of people that are showing up veiled and not revealing their true self to you. Projecting onto you. But you're falling for it. No safe space when everybody's fucking veiled and has an agenda or has some other thing. And I don't think that, you have to use some sort of magic to get rid of this shit. I just think you have to be aware of it. Queen of my own world is the shadow with the death. It's like, I think that this is the death that you feel that you can still conquest and master and have the conquest of the most epic love journey in the world. Maybe you need to drop that. Maybe you have to drop this like that. Your world can have the love perfectly the way that you see and how it is in your own space. That's a shadow. Maybe it's just like fucking completely just erase this whole entire fucking story of love, just and how you deal with it and how you see it and how you're afraid of what's going to be told to you and how all that shit is. And then, you know, it's okay that there's no safe space. It's okay when people come veiled. They're always going to come veiled to the king or queen and not reveal what they really want. I don't think that personal transformation could have wrapped this thing up any better. I mean, this is your personal transformation going on about love, like completely. I think that Leos are redefining love completely. I think that Leos feel like idiots when it comes to love and don't know how to master it at all, and are basically at a surrender point to the universe and transforming and letting the universe transform you this week when it comes to love, and just go with the flow with it. And stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to master it. Stop trying to fucking find the destiny in it, and just fucking see that the destiny is happening by pointing you to, you know, revealing what's really real, what's really not. I mean, you know, why is this tower? We have to always do that popping up. 8 of Cups. It's like you're too afraid to walk away. Walk away, see what happens. Sun and Virgo in the 11th. Well, I think that you're more focused on your own reality in your world and the kind of people that come into your world. Because I think that the filtration system of the people that come into your life and the reality that you're living, it's bringing in people that maybe it needs to be a little bit vetted better and make sure that it fits your life more. I think that you're trying to change your life for somebody else so much all the time. And you can't do that anymore. It's not gonna. You can't run a kingdom. You can't be a queen or a king and fucking just constantly be changing the kingdom for who's gonna sit on the throne with you. I think that you need to focus on friends more. I think you need to focus on people that are doing work and that are doing the work and the service, that understand the work and service that you do, instead of like living normie life. Like, this is about not taking on normies.
No normies, because your worthiness is apparent in your life. You know, you have it there inside of yourself, and so maybe that can kind of, you know, bring you down a bit more, because Leos know their worthiness. And so maybe when you feel like and been taken advantage of, or people aren't necessarily showing up for you, or the people aren't necessarily even fucking worth your time, but you allow them to have that time, that can dim that light a bit. I talk about that all the time. Don't dim that light, Leo. Sometimes that happens naturally when we allow people that don't shine as bright kind of suck that life force from us. So maybe it is time to look within and kind of just exist in the moment and exist in the universe and just exist, plain and simple, and recharge that battery, recharge that love, and let it all shine through. Let it come to you fully. And I think that's with all of us as well, being able to recharge our batteries, being able to be our own little solar panels for the universe and fulfill ourselves first. Be that brightness first. And let the individuals come and flock to us as they please, or if they don't. Because at the end of the day, if they don't, we don't need them anyways. All right? They're not welcome to the Scorpio party, or the Leo party, or the Capricorn party, to any fucking party, okay?
Somebody, I think her name's Lay Hope, just put, Leos love so hard, they love harder than they're loved back.
Boom.
I can tell you that one, day in and day out. Well, we appreciate you for being a part of High Vibe. Hope that this message helps you get through this week. I know it's been intense times. There's a lot going on. A lot going on in the Zodiac. A lot going on with these cards. So be easy on yourself. And check out High Vibe for all the daily content. And a ton of it. And we'll see you on High Vibe, and a lot of good stuff going on.
A lot of good stuff.
Have a wonderful week. Sending you lots of love.